I wouldn't say that we're back. It just turns out like nothing happened in gaming for the last 6 months.
Yeah. Nothing's going on. You didn't miss anything
No,
at all. Okay. So our return means something's happening.
that's
And
right.
what's happening. First of all, shout out to the 21 people still subscribed. Actually, shout out to the 19 people still subscribed, plus the 2 people that subscribed. All right, we appreciate you guys. Look, man, we just haven't been recording. Okay, if you don't know, if you're not one of the, if one of you are not familiar with us, right? If you're not familiar with the Lunch Break Hot Take logo, that's our main channel. We do sports. Okay, make sure you subscribe there if you're into sports. But we've been focused on that, and we kind of neglected this channel. But we are here to revive it.
Well, and
Okay.
the real reason is because Jose doesn't play games anymore unless it's Minecraft or Rocket
Oh, I
League.
see. I
So,
see. Okay, I see. Here we go.
uh,
First of all, Rocket League is awesome. Minecraft is
I
awesome.
didn't say it wasn't,
Okay.
and no, it isn't. Minecraft is not awesome.
Oh, see, here we go. Okay. Grumpy old man over there. Okay, it's just not hip
It's just,
anymore.
it's terrible.
So okay, what's been going on, B? What's been going on? I think it's right behind you.
Yeah. What's been going on is Commander Shepard is back. The Mass Effect Legendary Edition came out this past week. It's Mass Effect 1, 2, and 3, all remastered in 4K, 60 frames per second for PC, Xbox One, PS4, PS5, and the Xbox Series X and S. And so we've been jumping back in and saving the galaxy again.
All right. So this game first came out in 2007, and I mean, it was literally like something we'd never seen before, right?
Yeah.
And I mean, it's big enough to where they remastered it and re-releasing it, and it's being introduced to a whole new crowd at this point.
Yeah, I mean, when Mass Effect first came out, I mean, it was a revelation. Right? Like, I
Yeah.
mean, if you don't know what it is, it's a kind of an action RPG. The first one is really just a straight RPG. Everything is done with the dice rolls. So I mean, even if you're aiming at an enemy, you may or may not hit them depending on your skills. In the second and third games, it's an action game with some RPG elements. But what really sets it apart is the storytelling and the cinematics. And at the time, I mean, the graphics were incredible. Like,
Yeah.
you hadn't seen anything that looked like Mass Effect.
Yeah.
But it tells a really, I was going to say drawn out, but that's not what I mean. It's a, hold on, let me go back there.
Okay.
Uh, it has a really well told, well thought out storyline, tons of lore. It's an incredibly detailed universe that they've created. All these different alien species. If you don't know the story of Mass Effect, humanity has kind of joined the galactic civilizations. There's several different alien races represented in the game, and humanity is the last one to the party, basically. They discover an artifact from an ancient civilization, and it jumps their technology forward a couple hundred years, and now they have interstellar travel and everything. The antagonist or the main villain is a character named Saren. He's a specter. They're kind of like their version of spies, and basically he's trying to destroy civilization as we know it.
Yeah.
It's more nuanced than that, but I don't really want to give any more of the story away.
Right.
If you haven't played Mass Effect, you need to.
Yes.
It is quite possibly the greatest trilogy ever made. I think it's the best trilogy ever made. I think Mass Effect 2 in particular is arguably the best game ever made, period.
Yeah.
If you have played Mass Effect already and you know all of this, it's absolutely worth it to go back. They've made a lot of changes, some graphical updates, some quality of life changes, but just really jumping back in and experiencing the story again, experiencing the gameplay, it's 100% worth it. You get drawn in from the moment the menu screen comes up.
Yeah.
and they start playing the soundtrack and everything, it takes you right back.
Yeah.
Mass Effect, on its initial release was kind of buggy, and it wasn't particularly polished. Um, and there's still some of that there. They did their best to kind of smooth things out, but there's still audio glitches, and things are a little bit clunky in some of the cutscenes and everything. But it doesn't really take away from the experience. And once you move on from that to Mass Effect 2, I mean, it blows your mind, really.
Yeah, absolutely. And Mass Effect 3, there was some controversy there. It
Oh no,
was
controversy would imply that there were two sides.
yeah, yeah. Listen. Spectacular game, right? Probably the best game of the series. People just had a problem with how it ended. Okay. And we're not going to talk about the ending or anything like that, like what happened, but we'll just say,
They
a
were
lot of
right.
people, yeah, a lot of people weren't happy with the ending. But my thing is this: when you have a game that in depth, right, that detailed, and there's so much going on, it's very hard. And that not just for video games. This applies to movie trilogies or TV series, Game of Thrones, just anything, right? When you have something that starts out really good and you're really into it, and there's all these different moving parts to it, it's really hard to wrap it up. It's really hard to wrap up a story and come to an ending that everybody loves or is okay with. And I'm not saying all this isn't to say that they did a great job with it. They didn't, but it doesn't take away from how great even like the third game was. Because a lot of people will say the third game sucked. It did not suck. It was their best game. It was the best game. The gameplay was great. Story was great. It just didn't end the way they didn't have the best ending, I should say.
Yeah, no, they completely missed the mark with the ending. To the point where, like a couple months after release, they actually put out a patch to change the ending, and basically just turned it into a PowerPoint presentation. It didn't help, but I say the Mass Effect 2 is arguably the best game because Mass Effect 2, its ending is fine. It doesn't
Yeah.
it doesn't leave you with that bad taste in your mouth. But even with the ending being a little bit of a disaster for the trilogy, I still say it's absolutely worth it to go back and play. You mentioned how hard it is to tie things together. A big part of why people are mad was a big selling point for Mass Effect was you get to make all these decisions, and these decisions have effects that carry through to the second game and on to the third game and on to the end.
Yeah.
And people just felt like they're at the very end, their decisions didn't matter that much.
Yeah.
And I would agree with that, but I would say also that that's not really the point of making those decisions. The series is about the relationships that you build with your squad, and you have to make a lot of tough decisions about those characters throughout the 3 games.
See, and that's how I felt. I didn't feel like those decisions were supposed to vastly change the way the game ended. Ultimately, it was just about in the moment, the relationships that you build or destroy, right? Depending on the decision you made, the experience along the way. That's how I kind of looked at the game, and it definitely delivered on that end of it.
Yes.
But yeah, overall, yes, one of the greatest series ever made. And also, have they confirmed that they're working on a new Mass Effect game?
Yeah, so there was another Mass Effect game, Mass Effect Andromeda. Go ahead and skip that.
Yeah, don't play that. Don't play that one. Don't play that one.
No, I won't say don't play. I mean, if you're into it, whatever. It's not as bad as people say.
Yeah.
But it ain't great. You don't need to play that. But they have confirmed, this is BioWare, owned by EA, that they are working on the next Mass Effect. The problem with Andromeda was the main team at BioWare got put on Anthem, which was a complete disaster. So Mass Effect Andromeda was made by a team who didn't have a lot of experience making this size of game, and it just didn't go really well for them.
Yeah.
But the A team is back on Mass Effect, presumably. So hopefully they can get things turned around over at BioWare. It's been a rough few years for them.
Yeah. I'm really rooting for them. Yeah. Like you said, Anthem was a disaster. And look, to be fair, that team, they got sabotaged a little bit.
Yeah.
right? Because they didn't realize that that's the game that they were supposed to be making. They were trying to make one game, and then E3 came and the studio presented Anthem, and that was the first time that that studio that was making the game saw what they were supposed to be making.
Yeah. Anthem, when it was presented at E3, I want to say 2016, maybe.
Yeah,
It blew everybody's minds. The game looked so incredible. I mean, basically, in the demo they played, you were Iron Man. You're like a whole team of Iron Men
yeah,
flying around this alien planet, fighting monsters and everything. And the developers were like, "Hey, that's cool. What game is that?" And they're like, "That's the game you're making. Go make it look like that."
yeah, yeah,
And so it didn't work. They recently gave up on it. They're putting that out to pasture because it was like a games as a service game, an online thing, an ongoing game, and they just decided they're not going to support it anymore. So now they're back to just making Mass Effect and Dragon Age, which, if you don't know about BioWare, they've got a really storied history. They made Mass Effect, they made Dragon Age, they made Star Wars, Knights of the Old Republic, they made Jade Empire. Yeah, so they were a hit factory
yes.
for Western RPGs, and then EA bought them. And I think, even if you're a fan of like Madden or FIFA or whatever, I think you know what EA is about, and it's not about quality. So,
Yes, you can say you have fun, you enjoy the games, but you can't call them quality.
right.
But hopefully they stay out of the way of BioWare and let them work their magic again because, like we said, man, this is one of the greatest series of all time. And I would love to see them work their magic on next gen console. Oh my God.
Yeah, one
Yeah.
one of the best series of all time from one of the best studios of all time. And like I said, they've had a rough few years, but we'll see if they can turn it around. E3 is about a month away, so hopefully we'll get some news on Mass Effect then. But in the meantime, like I said, the jumping back into the original trilogy has been incredible. It came out on Friday, and over the weekend I powered through the first game. I'm already well into part two, and I'm not a person who really finishes games very often, but this is my second time through, and I'm loving every minute of it.
Yeah. So I'm still at the very beginning of the first one. I'm trying to play through it as well, but
Yeah, it's hard when you're playing Minecraft
yeah. Look, man.
and Cluster Truck.
Yeah, and what's that cooking game?
Oh, Overcooked. Yeah,
Overcooked. Yeah. Look.
all the hits.
But I am going to power through it, and we'll share our experiences. Because that's the beauty of the game. The ending is they're all the same ending, but you don't get there the same way. So
Yeah,
B's experience is going to be different than my experience. My experience will be different than your experience. So that's the fun in playing a game, and even going back and playing it because it's like the third time I played this game. All right, and to go through all three, it takes a while,
yeah.
but you enjoy
They're
it.
packed with side quests and things like that, and
Yeah,
if you pick up the game, you really want to take your time and do a lot of the side quests and get to know the characters, and that's really where the heart of the game is.
yeah,
Because when you really put in that time and talk to your squad mates a lot, that's when those decisions that you have to make, they really tear at you.
yeah. No, absolutely. All right, guys, if you made it to the end of this video, look, if you're here at all, thank you. All right, we're going to put more effort into growing this channel. Okay, we're going to get more consistent with putting out videos. We'll shoot for weekly. All right, and just so you guys know, we are going to not just talk about video games. We're going to discuss, movies, TV shows, whatever, entertainment. Okay, we're going to try to grow this channel a little bit more and make it fun. Okay, because we like to have fun. And if you are new here, hit that like and subscribe button. Okay, that's first and foremost. Hit that notification bell because you definitely want to be notified when we put out a video because we all know we're going to put them out. And if you look in the bottom corner next to B,
There you
right
go.
over there, right down there, you will see it says Lunch Break Hot Take. That is our main channel. Okay, this is part of the Lunch Break Hot Take network. We don't officially have a network, but it's under Lunch Break Hot Take. It's a sports channel. So if you're into sports, follow. Hit the subscribe button over there. But if you want to help support the show and help this grow even faster, right above me, we have our Patreon, patreon.com/LBHT show. All right. It's mainly for, like I said, it's mainly for sports right now. But as we get more members and we grow, we will be doing all kinds of stuff for patrons. Actually, we do a lot for even if you're not into sports and you just love to talk about movies. We talk a lot about movies on our overtime show.
Yeah.
So sign up for the $3 tier, man. Check it out, see if you like it. All right. And if you just want to get a nice little shiny souvenir, sign up for the $10 tier, and you can get one of these shiny coins right now. Okay, that's our founders coin. They are limited. I'm gonna tell you that right now. And yes, that is a selling tactic. Okay, limited time only. They literally are. We printed only a few of them, and more than half of them are gone. So when they're gone, they're gone. We'll have something else for $10 tier when they're gone. But that's one way you can support. The other way you can support is right above B, $LBHT show. Okay, that's our Cash App. Drop a little donation in there, in there. Leave a comment, and we'll read it on one of these videos. The third way you can support. Let me pull it out here. Bam, right there. That's our store. That's actually our website. I should plug that. We have an actual website where we write articles. Well, B writes articles. He's excellent at writing. And we have our podcast on there. We have all kinds of stuff on there. And we also have a shop. Okay. If you like the merch, if you like this nice logo that we put a lot of time, effort, and money into, you can get one of those from the store. Okay. We got hoodies. B's wearing a beanie. You can get that beanie if you like that beanie that he's wearing. We got it in black. We got it in all kinds of different colors. We have summer stuff on there, t-shirts, tank tops, all kinds of good stuff, man. Check it out. See if there's something that you like. And if you purchase, man, we would greatly appreciate it. And every dollar that you spend goes right back into both this show and our other show, man. Just growing, our channels greatly, man. So thank you very much for watching this video. We will be back. We will be back. We will be back. All right. So
we can't end every video like that.
No. This is our first video in a while, man. So we gotta reassure them that we'll be back. All right, y'all. Appreciate you. See you next time. Peace out.